It is a continuing debate in the housing market. Do you rent or buy? Well, in today's Realty Rant, Victoria McGuire of Cooperative Real Estate and Susie Brunner from Ann Mac Home Mortgage are here to put it to rest. Welcome, ladies. Did I get your last name right, Susie?
Brunner.
Brunner?
Yes.
Okay, I had to make sure we get that right because you're going to be giving us some valuable information today. First, Victoria, I mean, this is the age-old question. I know I've struggled with it personally. My husband and I, this the time to buy? It's not. Overall, let's settle this debate today.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it is a misconception that it's going to cost you more to buy than it is to rent. Definitely in today's market, it's cheaper to buy than to rent. Your payment is going to be cheaper. But the other problem that we see a lot is people don't have the cash that they need for closing costs and their down payment. So that's what Susie's going to talk to us about today because she has a lot of great programs and advice for us. Right, Susie?
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that they can have a down payment assistance program and help them get into a home. Even students coming out of college that have a really great degree, but they don't have money, they think, well, I have to rent for a while until I save, and actually that is not true. There is a down payment assistance program in the Tampa area here that we have $15,000 worth of down payment and closing cost.
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing, and most people don't know that. And when we get them at the mortgage company, they think they need to borrow money from their parents, or they need to be saving money. And we show them how they can get in. All they have to do is take a course and get a certificate and come to us, and we can show them how they qualify.
And you know, I'm always joke, I'm an open book on this show, and truly that was the situation my husband and I were in. And unfortunately what was happening is our rent continued to increase, especially here in Tampa Bay since we've been here for the past 2 years. And so we weren't able to save as much as we wanted to be able to go to a down payment. And so, I mean, these assistant programs, what are the stipulations? Who qualifies? Who needs to take note if you're listening at home?
Well, surprisingly enough, it used to be only for first-time home buyers, but now the one we have, you can do with not owning a home for the past 3 years. So that's really not a first-time home buyer.
No.
And so the people coming out of the recession that have now bounced back their credit and have been able to get a job, and they now can get the down payment assistance.
And Victoria, I want to ask you, you know, when we do talk about these rental rates increasing, is that what you're seeing in the Tampa Bay market as far as housing costs? I mean, talk a little bit about that just from a pricing standpoint.
Oh, for sure. The rents just continue year after year to increase and more. And it's crazy what you look at, what you get when you rent. You get so little. You get a tiny little apartment, you know, 2 bedrooms, maybe 2 baths if you're lucky. You're going to pay the same amount to get a whole house to yourself. You're not going to have upstairs neighbors that are, you know, making all kinds of noise, and you're going to have a yard, or you can have a dog if you want. So you just get a lot more bang for your buck, and you actually come out cheaper with your payment. It's crazy.
Well, and there's so many different facets I want to bring up to you, Susie. I mean, you already brought up the credit aspect. Say people are intimidated on the whole credit front, like, I made mistakes in college. How do we overcome them?
Right.
And what would that do to your credit as far as purchasing a home for the future?
Well, if they made mistakes, a lot of times we can help them recover from those mistakes, even though when we pull their credit, we can see what mistakes they made, and we can get them with our credit guy if in fact it's not just fixable through us. A lot of times people say, I don't want a mortgage payment of $1,600 a month, let's say, and we tell them, your mortgage payment is really not $1,600 a month. It's the only thing the government pays us to do in life is own a home.
Okay, now I've heard that before, but how accurate is that statement? Because that made me a little nervous the first time I heard it.
Yeah, it's very accurate because we get tax benefits from home ownership. So it's the one thing you can deduct on your tax return, where before you couldn't. If you're renting, you have no tax deductions. When you have a mortgage, you do have the tax benefit. So it really, if your mortgage payment is $1,600 a month, it's really not $1,600 a month, because you can either get a refund at the end of the year from the taxes that you're paying, or you can actually lower your deductions on your paycheck and increase your pay on a monthly basis.
Wow, great information. I really do appreciate it, because again, I think this is something we've all heard about, but now we have the reasons to back it up. So thank you. And as always, if you do want more information about this, just give Cooperative Real Estate a call at 813-909-0999 or log on to realtyrant.com.